Good afternoon. Thank you, Lewan, for your songs. For those who don't know me, my name is Rod Arrowhite. I was born and raised here in Sam in 1955. Raised here, graduating from high school in 1974. One of those, I guess you can call those real Lemhi Indians that lived in the valley. Didn't leave here until 1975. Been working for a long time and trying to see something like this happen here in Salmon. The big vision is returning the Lemhi people to where they're rightly from. This is Lemhi country. You know, they look at the river here, the Lemhi, the confluence of the Lemhi and the Salmon River. Many of us that grew up here fished the Beaverhead across the other side of the mountain range, the Bitterroot as well. Clear down to the Seymour, the East Fork, the Yankee, the Bear, South Fork, the Salmon, and Montana, the Gardner, the Gallatin, the Jefferson, the Madison as well. And it's been a long time for our people, like many of us Lemhi people never left this valley. And it's like saying we are part of this land. As much of this land is land itself. The salmon that used to basically still float in these rivers, they migrate every year from the ocean as part of who our identity are, the Akaidika, the salmon eater people. Also the Bannocks in this country early. It was about the time of the mission that the Bannocks came into this country to live along the Lemhi people. We've been working for a long time to return to the valley. It's been 100 years since our relocation to Fort Hall. Many of us Lemhi people never left the valley. We lost our reservation. As you see down here, Tyndall, a Lemhi, a little Lemhi store. Just about 9 miles south out of here was the north boundary Lemhi reservation. The early ICC claims identified 4.3 million as exclusive Lemhi lands. I remember in 1968, 1967, when the word came up to our old folks that the tribe south of us, who we're part of today, Shoshone-backed nations, went forth to sell Lemhi homelands. Price tag is 7.5 cents an acre. Probably one of the biggest mistakes this tribe's ever made. We need to do those wrongs of the past. Same time, determination Lemhi reservation. In the year 2002, I had the National Federation of Women Legislators pass a resolution in Miami, Florida, supporting the return of the Lemhi lands back to the Shoshone-Bannock tribes. Unfortunately, the council at that time failed to move forth with on that. My recent discussions with Crapo's office, Craig's office, Simpson's office, Secretary Kempthorne's office, Harry Reid's office, Nancy Pelosi, Orrin Hatch, Governor Levitt, Benici, Bigeman, out of New Mexico as well, I worked for the last 20 years with, also support that same issue, returning Lemhi lands back to the tribe. Return the people of Sacajawea to their ancestral lands. Sacajawea, I've been to a number of her national events. Under the Clinton administration, I attended the coin celebration back in Washington, D.C. as a guest of the Treasury and the Secretary and the White House. Last May, down in San Diego, I also participated in the launching of the Navy ship Sacajawea. We got coins for this woman. We have statues. We have ships named after her. She's the most decorated of all American women of all time. Now look at this center here. It's it's very humbling to say that least. I like it just to the south of us. You can see the $1 million homes. We see a little center here for this most famous American of all time. The people, the Lemhi people, which is basically a combination of Bannocks and Shoshone people. We occupy this homeland. This is who we are. This is where we're from. I think we always talk to our young ones not to forget who you are and where you come from. Well, today, many of us are sitting here in the homelands of the Lemhi people. A mixed band of Bannocks and Shoshone speakers. Today, as most of you guys know, I'm the executive director of the Nez Perce tribe of Northern Idaho. Before that, I was down in Washoe. Before that, I was down in Laguna Pueblo. Before that, I was down to San Juan Pueblo as their executive director and chief operating officer. I worked with many tribes throughout the last 20 years plus. Currently, the National Congress President, Joe Garcia, was my school board chair at San Juan. Just had lunch last Saturday with Ernie Stanzigar up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, president of Affiliated Tribes Northwest. I met with Alan Moyle He's also the president of the tribes of Nevada. Met with Mr. Chavez, Everett Chavez, from the All Indian Pueblo Council down in New Mexico. They also support Lemhi issues, to return the Lemhi back to where they're from. That's not much to ask for. Look at the lands today here in Lemhi Valley. Still, many of the old Lemhi reservations still federal land today. So I don't think it would hurt to have the Lemhi return, re-establish their identity back in their homelands, especially where their center, the center of our great one, Sacajawea, still exists. And I see people I grew up with, Marie Kwanda, Leo Earlwhite, Dan Earlwhite. Today I have my wife here, who's from the Persimmon Valley area. I see my son Kel here, and John's here, my grandkids I brought up here. I just came through here last Friday, coming back from Lapway. To give you an idea, the Nez Perce tribe today is